A few weeks ago, I interviewed Juli, who is an ex-Muslim from Malaysia. In her interview, she shared some really interesting experiences. She talked about how she had lost her faith, but decided to go to Makkah, to the house of Allah Himself. She was hesitant at first, but she decided to go. What happened to Juli in Makkah? Let's hear her story.
So, and then one day, because she, after my father died, she turned to religion, well, I made her happy, whatever. And she would go to Mecca like every couple 2 3 years. She would go, um, and then one day she said, oh, like she wants everybody to go with her,
Mm.
all her siblings, like okay, like so we started saving money to go, whatever. And then when the time came in 2005, um, my brother lost his job and my sister just got a baby or something like that. So the only person who could go was me, my sister-in-law, and my mom. I had no excuse not to go,
So, but before you went at this time, how would you define yourself? Were
um,
you still Muslim? Did you
kind of
questioning?
Muslim, more agnostic than
Okay.
Muslim, but I wasn't rid of the fear completely. I was still scared that something would happen. Like they say, oh yeah, you don't have pure heart. You're gonna go there, and the moment you step out of the plane, lightning will come and
Because you don't
like
believe
oh, the
properly.
fear is still there. Yeah. But then my boyfriend at the time told me, like, oh, just go, just think in your heart, if there's a God, or God, even though God knows your intention is not pure, but just go, that you want to go be with your mom and help your mom because she had like bad knees.
Yeah.
So okay, like I felt better after that, so I went, and nothing happened. No. But I'm glad that I
No
went.
lightning.
No lightning, not even rain.
It
Yeah,
never rains over there.
yeah. So anyway, but um I was glad that I went though. Have you gone?
I went for Umrah once.
Yeah, I went for
Yeah.
Umrah, not the
Yeah.
Hajj.
Yeah.
Because well, first of all, I like visiting historical places. So even though I don't believe in religion, I still enjoy learning history and all how it happened back then. But and I also saw like the way the people there behave in Medina and Mecca, um it kind of like transported you to when was that, 1400 years ago, and kind of thought, okay, back then in this environment, like what happened and how it became like that, and then what makes the like in Mecca. I don't know about the rest of Saudi Arabia, but in Mecca, at least during prayer time, everything has to close down,
Yeah.
shops,
Yeah.
everything. So like supposedly everybody has to go to the mosque right there and pray,
Mhm.
because it's just like 10 minutes walk or less.
Yes.
And then when they pray, um, they read it out loud, and Surah Al Fatiha. Like it's very simple. It's
Mhm.
just basically repeating, God is great, worship Him and nobody else. That's it. Repeat, repeat, repeat. And imagine
Yeah.
you do that 5 times a day.
Yeah.
Like, and then I also saw things like, and this is confirmed by other people as well. Like in Mecca, I thought, oh, everything is holy. Everybody behave nice over there. No, no, the people, um, like the shopkeepers, or even like when one time I was like circling the Kaaba, and this guy was like trying to grab me from behind, and my sister-in-law got sexually harassed, and so it's like, okay, this is supposed to be your holy place, Allah. Like, why do you allow these things to happen? So it makes me question. And then and and also, like, the whole thing is just about money. It's yeah, people need something to believe in, a place to go for pilgrimage or whatever. But imagine, if those things doesn't exist, how much money is going to be lost.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, it's a multi-billion dollar
yeah,
industry. It's a religious tourism. It's like Disneyland of Muslims,
exactly,
basically,
yeah.
right? And I do think that if this was sincerely, you made a good point, that if this was sincerely like a real pilgrimage, there should be some sort of charity involved that you don't pay. Like I remember when I went for
Exactly.
Umrah,
Yeah.
we were paying $300 to $500 a night for the
Oh.
hotels. This
Oh.
was like outside of Ramadan. In Ramadan, it's probably even more expensive. But we were close to the haram, and it was like $300 US, no, Canadian
Oh
a
wow.
night. It was
Yes.
expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, we paid like per person several $1,000s, so it was quite a lot of money. But yeah, you're right. It's a big money. And the funny thing is, the Quran says there's no harm in making money from Hajj. It actually says that. It says something to that
Oh. Oh
effect.
really?
Yeah, it says there's no harm in making business and this and that. So I guess they see it as okay. But yeah, they're definitely gouging. Like
Yeah.
you're that, especially for Hajj, because there's only one period of time you can go, so everything
Right.
is super
Right.
expensive, right?
Yeah. Yep. So
And one more thing,
anyways,
now that the oil is going away, it's becoming even more important, the Hajj.
yeah, yeah. People need yeah. The more people believe, the more people go there, and the more they spend money on it.
Yeah,
I think any religion that asks you to give money is completely bullshit. I'm for
yeah,
sure. I mean,
yeah,
of course, I think all religions are bullshit. But
yeah.
the ones who ask you for money, that's like you should know right away. Like bullshit.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's
highlight this one comment before you continue.
okay.
My Najas, she's a fan. Mecca is Disneyland of Islam,
Exactly. Yeah.
filled with sex benefit.
Yeah.
Because yeah, Disneyland, you don't have that issue, and like the real Disneyland, you don't. You,
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure you'd be safer in the real Disneyland than you would in Mecca, which is
Yeah. You at
unfortunate.
least you could report, but over there you were.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, yeah. In I had a guidebook with me, and it says that like yes, women have said that they have been
Yeah.
sexually harassed,
Mhm.
but if you want to report, be careful because the police there might jail you instead.
Mhm.
Like so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you don't have witnesses or something, right? For
yeah.
witnesses or something like that.
They just
Um,
yeah. And I also noticed like one thing in Mecca, like yeah, like you're a regular person or whatever, right? But you go to Mecca because of your desire to be close to God, to be, like this is your chance. You might not get this chance anymore. You spend all this money and you're here. So people who are normally nice people, they go there and they become more. I remember this incident, and we were in, I think, in Medina. That mosque, and they said like if you go pray near
mm, the
this
the
place, I forgot what it was, but it's
the
like
the
the
the road al
doorway
Jannah,
to what?
the road al Jannah where the
Yeah,
prophet's
it's like the
grave is.
road to, yeah, it's like
Yeah, yeah,
straight to whatever. So
yeah.
everybody wanted to pray in the front, and then there was this lady. It was like, oh, I lost my daughter. She's 6 years old, whatever. And then and I mean, my mom was like, oh, don't bother about that. Like it's this, like it's let's go to the front.
Are you
Like
serious?
yeah. I mean, I feel
Yikes!
bad. With my
Yeah.
mom, but she's a nice person, but like because. You want to fight for this chance. You don't
Oh,
want to get this chance anymore, and so like, fuck other
yeah.
people, like, and
I would have
and she
thought
didn't say
saving.
that, but
Uh,
it's as if like everybody is doing that, like,
yeah. Oh,
um,
okay.
and so I just like okay, I'm going to the back, so I was way at the back, and
Yeah.
then like going circling the Kaaba, for example, like everybody wants to be to the front, like if
Yeah.
me, I want to be in the front because that's the shortest circle for
Yeah.
practical reason, not because it's, but like, like fuck this shit. I'm going, like ooh, whatever, where there's nobody, or I would go at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning when there was nobody. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Anyway, but I noticed like, nice regular people, they became more, like selfish and just want to be in the front, don't care about other people,
Mm.
things like that. So like this is supposed to be a holy place, you're supposed to be nicer, not, and
I mean, yeah, you would think that saving someone or helping someone's find a daughter would be more of a blessing than praying in the front line, right?
yeah.
But unfortunately, that's what dogma does. I mean, this is, in one story, this is a problem with dogma. Like it elevates certain things over other things. I mean, to be honest, saving the girl could be you could look at it as a dogma too, but that's more useful to human beings, saving someone's helping someone's daughter, rather, especially after what you said about and by the way, I was warned too by Muslims when I was Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
Watch your kids. Sometimes if you're coming from Canada or
Mm.
like a rich country, someone might kidnap your kids. Like I was told, watch your kids carefully,
Yeah.
because
Um.
Muslims told me other Muslims have had the kids kidnapped
Um.
in Makkah. So I was also scared when I went there. I was like watching my kids, like
Oh, you brought your
going.
kids?
Yeah, we went. We all went. The whole family went. We all went
Um.
together. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. In my country is normally is the older people who will go. You know, kids, only the rich people brought their kids, I guess, because our
Yeah,
currency is not that strong in the world. So
yeah, yeah. No,
anyway,
we needed it was a family trip anyways, and we were going to Egypt, so we stopped on the way,
um,
and we made this was a good opportunity for us to see, and I wanted my kids to see, see Makkah, Medina, and all of that stuff.
it's
I
a
don't
good
think they really.
experience overall.
They were too young, I think, to really understand what was
Oh
going on. To
yeah,
them, it was just like
yeah,
a trip. They didn't really care.
yeah,
But there are downsides for sure taking your kids to a place like that, because obviously if you want to go and do a lot of worship, you can't do that with kids around, because your kids need to be taken care of, right? So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and yeah, and then I want to tell you a story. Yeah, while I was in Mecca, like I told you, it's like men there, they all like the shopkeepers, they're always trying to touch you, or like if you go, and I
What?
was like looking at shoes, right? And these guys are okay, try this on, and then he would touch my leg, like
It's
all
that
these guys
bad.
like, oh, I'm looking at jewelry rings, and I was like, okay, and then he would like caress my hand, things like that.
Wow,
And
that's creepy.
yeah, yeah.
Do these
And
people, like, what are these people like so sexually frustrated like that? They can have up to 4 wives, yet they're still acting like this.
yeah, but then you look at the place, it's Mecca. Everything is covered up.
Yeah.
There's no billboards. There's no TV channel showing you like MTV at that time, MTV with like, sexy people or whatever. So they're sexually frustrated. There's no books or porn, or your internet is blocked. Uh, like I don't know about today, but like you couldn't,
Yeah, it's the same today. It's the
yeah,
same,
right?
because I went like a couple years ago, and not a couple years, well, like 8, 9, 10 years ago, and even then they had blocks on like Saudi, like Islam QA, which is a Saudi Salafi website, was blocked, and I was confused about that for a long time. Why would they block an Islamic website? But apparently, even for religious education,
Mhm, mhm,
only
mhm.
from their websites. You're
Yeah,
not allowed
I
to go to
was.
company.
Yeah, I was in Dubai, and I had at the time I was reading this like website called Religious Tolerance or something like that. It's just like showcasing all the different religions in the world, and nope, it was blocked. They don't want people to even learning about other religions or any. I guess they use certain keywords.
Yeah. So do you think do you think that actually societies like that, which are ultra conservative, actually end up creating more sexual problems by doing this?
Uh-huh. It's That's the word. Repression breeds obsession. So when you
Mm.
sexually repress, or when you repress something that's
Ah,
very natural, it makes you like so obsessed about it, thinking about it every day.
that's true.
And
Because if it's just there, you're like, okay, whatever. But if
yeah, yeah,
everyone's like,
yeah,
you
okay.
can't
I
have
mean, I
this.
have no problem with people, like if I wear a short skirt, you look at my legs and then you go home and you wake yourself off, like go ahead, don't bother me, but
Yeah,
it's on this whatever,
yeah.
but yeah, I mean, so imagine this place in Mecca, no posters, no billboards, no the books with
No
women on
dating,
it,
no
and the
dating.
women all wear,
Yeah,
whatever
niqab.
yeah, and you could tell where people are from, women especially, where they are from by the way they dress. Like we Asians, we don't cover our face normally. We just like
It's
just
hijab.
yeah. um, the Saudis, they wear black. The I don't know, the you can tell the Indians, Pakistani, they wear different things. Like so you can tell these things, right? So I think it's my theory that because we Asians, we don't cover our faces, we get harassed a lot, and because maybe we're smaller and we're not as I notice even the Saudi women, they are very like
Oh,
expressive.
hush.
Like yeah, they
Yeah.
talk to the shopkeepers even though they're wearing niqab, but the way they talk like oh, like we
Yeah.
Asians were normally not like that, you know.
Oh, okay.
So we get, I think that's one reason why we got harassed more, and yeah. Anyway, so
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, I've heard stories like this. I didn't realize it was that bad. But I do know that, Apostate Prophet actually covered this as well with his interview with Nuria. She said the same thing. And when I went there, obviously I wasn't with any women. It was just my mom. Actually, my wife was there, but she also put on the niqab just for
just
security,
yeah,
extra
for the
extra privacy and security, because she had also heard that, white women as well are also sexually assaulted more
mm,
because they look different and they don't
yeah,
they stand out, right? So when we
yeah,
went to Egypt as well, she wore niqab as well. But then obviously she took it off when we came back.
mm,
But yeah, it's sad.
yeah.
It's that bad. I didn't realize it was actually that awful. And so this made you did this make you feel like Muslims are fake Muslims, or that how did you interpret this?
It may be question like um yeah, it's like that's all bullshit, you know. Yeah, this is all bullshit, you know. Like you if you really believe in Islam and like like this is the holy place, at least you wanna, even though I wasn't believing in Islam much anymore, but I was still wanted to go, and I still did all the rituals, the back and forth, the circling, like okay, just whatever, just to feel what it, like what it was like or whatever. But at least you respect, But anyway, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's all bullshit.
By the way, the link to the full video is in the description.